Between January 2012 and June of 2012, Mali became the largest al-Qaeda-controlled land space in the world. It's something that we can connect directly to the issues of 9/11. On that day, we lost almost 3,000 Americans in a series of bombings, and I believe it was 26 hijackers who took over those planes. 24 of them were trained in al-Qaeda training camps in a borderland, an unstable borderland between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Right after those bombings, the United States went in with its allies and began to make that area very hot for al-Qaeda to work in. So al-Qaeda went looking for another unstable country, and they found it in Mali. It's a perfect place for a terrorist group to operate, and it also puts them much closer to Europe and the United States than ever before. So I've been traveling to Mali for years working on a book about the legacy of colonial borders. Last January, a brand new war broke out in the north of Mali, and it forced me to reconsider the focus of my book. So I went looking for money to go back, and I sold the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting on my idea of going to Mali to look at the legacy of Mali's borders in relation to the war that was going on there in January. So I went back just in the heat of it all. It was dangerous, but for a writer it was quite exciting. Rebel groups were raiding villages along the border, raiding markets. We arrived in a village called Koro, which is the hometown of my guide. The mayor of the town said that we've just received word that we're about to be raided again by an Islamist group from the north, and said to me, if I were you, I don't think I'd stick around. But I did. So I got the interviews that I needed, and we got out of town in a big hurry. Nothing happened, but there's a long pattern of kidnappings up in that area. I came back to the United States and I had 3 months to write my ebook, and it came out on January the 8th. And on January 9th, I believe it was, jihadists invaded the south, and it was clear that the Malian army was in no shape to defend itself at all. It looked like the rest of the country, including the capital, was now going to fall. So my book was right there. Right place, right time. So overnight I became a little bit of an international media expert on Mali. My value was really just to be able to tell them what my interactions were with the Malian people right at the front line, how worried they were about waking up one day and finding their villages facing a jihadist state. The best I can say right now is the war is not over, but how that is going to play out is a big question mark.